Before I animate the drone across the planet's surface, I want to locate the IK keyframes to where I would like the legs to stop articulating at. In the timeline, I'll shift and drag through all the keyframes for the IK selected at once, and I'll move the animation by clicking on the two opposing yellow triangles in the timeline, and I'll locate it so that the very first frame is around at 150. Now if I drag through my timeline, nothing happens until I hit 150. I'd like the legs to be moving for that duration until 210. With the IK kinematics for the legs selected, I'm going to go to Windows, Animation, Graph Editor, and all the keyframes will appear there. I'll go to Curves, Pre-Infinity, Cycle. And now the drone will move its legs from frame 1 through 210. And that's where it will stop moving across the planet, and then the arm can articulate. To animate the drone across the surface of the planet, I've placed it where I'd like it to be when the legs stop moving, which happens to be around frame 210. With the NURBS ring selected, I'll mark key select through Translate XYZ, and I'll right click and choose key selected. Now I'll go back to frame 1. In the side view, I'll move it away from the crater. It'll take a little bit of playing between the distance and the speed of the legs to get what you actually want. I'll go to my perspective view now, and I'll drag through to see what I have. Now before I start to play with the speed of this, I'll select the NURBS circle, hold down the space bar, and I'm going to go to Visualize, Create Editable Motion Path, and I'll go to the Attributes, and I'll set it for the duration of the time slider, and I'll hit Apply. And now you'll see there's an actual path that shows you where the animation is going, and we can also add keyframes as we go. We can now select our drone by the NURBS, and if I move it up, it drops another keyframe. So I can go through the timeline and carefully manipulate the model so that it follows the planet itself. Now if I need to play with the speed of the animation, there's two ways I can do it. I can select all the keyframes in the timeline, and I can compress or elongate the animation by clicking and dragging on the in and out point. So as I retract this and the red bar in the timeline that I've shift selected all the keyframes with, it will move faster between those 2 points. The other way to do it would be to select the drone by the IKs. So I'll shift select the IK kinematics. And now I can go and I can change the speed of this animation by shift selecting through. And I want to keep the last keyframe where it is, so if I had to speed up or slow down, I would do it with the inside keyframe. And if I were to go ahead and preview that now. So this is something that you'll have to adjust case by case. But those are the two functions that you will use to animate your drone across the screen.